Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Right now at 10, a football legend dies at 95. Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Dua Estrar. Emily Haugen is off tonight. Former head coach and Hall of Famer Bud Grant died Saturday morning at age 95. The Minnesota Vikings released a statement on Twitter writing in part, quote, "We, like all Vikings and NFL fans, are shocked and saddened by this terrible news." Grant coached the Vikings for 18 seasons from 1967 through 1985. The Vikings advanced to the Super Bowl 4 times during his tenure, though they eventually lost each of those 4 games. Grant was a 3-sport athlete during his playing days and was selected in both the NFL and NBA drafts. He was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 1994.
Well, the snow continues to come down after pretty much snowing all day long here today, especially since the start of those later afternoon hours when we started to see the snow come down more steadier here at times. And as you can see behind me from our traffic camera network, from La Crosse all the way in through Trempealeau, Menominee, and Eau Claire, still looking very snowy on some of those roadways with temperatures in the low 30s. And currently on the satellite and radar, you can see over the last 6 to 12 hours we've been dealing with that snow, especially since the late morning into those early to mid-afternoon hours too. And the central zones rather, seeing the majority of that heavier snow, as you can see in those darker shades of blue. Meanwhile, if we go further south near our southern zones, right around Verdon County and also into our Richland Center and into Gaze Mills, looking at some of those light to moderate snowfall rates there. Winter weather alerts in the form of winter weather advisories are in effect here for portions of the area for additional snowfall accumulations of 2 to 6 inches, slippery road conditions, and also making travel very difficult at times as well. As we look ahead into tomorrow, we're looking at those snow showers lasting into around the early noon hour, and then after that looking at mainly cloudy skies here through the rest of the day tomorrow with temperatures well into the low 30s. Now we'll talk more about the snowfall. We'll time it out on Sky Tracker and plus give you an update here on the snow tracker as well as far as the totals go for everyone else.
And Derek, I was saying, this is like a reunion, but on the opposite schedule.
I know, except we're at night here, not morning.
All right, well, we'll check one with you later.
Sounds good.
The White House says President Biden spoke with California Governor Gavin Newsom on Saturday about the Silicon Valley Bank failure and efforts to address the situation. SVB's website says nearly half of the U.S. technology and healthcare companies that went public last year after getting early funding from venture capital firms were its customers. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides has more from Miami.
This week's rush to pull money out of Silicon Valley Bank sparked the largest failure of a U.S. institution since the 2007 financial crisis. California and federal regulators seized the nation's 16th largest bank's assets, transferring them to a newly created institution. It's expected to start paying out insured deposits on Monday. The plan is to sell off the rest of the assets to make payouts to other depositors.
We're relying on SVB as our bank to move money on behalf of our payroll company into the accounts of our employees. The key question is, are those funds going to move as planned on Monday morning? That's uncertain.
California Congressman Eric Swalwell issued a statement saying he's heard from, quote, scores of constituents who have not received their paychecks because of this crisis, putting their mortgages and financial security at risk. Working to reassure Americans, Biden administration officials said Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is watching the situation closely.
Our banking system is in a fundamentally different place than it was, a decade ago, and that the reforms that were put into place back then really provide the kind of resilience that we'd like to see.
In addition to startup businesses, established companies like Shopify, Pinterest, Etsy, and Roku are feeling the impact. In a filing Friday, Roku said about a quarter of its cash, nearly $500 million, was deposited at Silicon Valley Bank, adding it was largely uninsured. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
According to financial analyst S&P Global Market Intelligence, 97% of SVB accounts had above the $2,550,000 insurance limit. Well, a local summer music fest is getting people amped up and excited a few months early. The popular bluegrass festival known as Larry Fest hosted its kickoff event tonight in Bangor. While the festival itself won't take place until mid-August, tonight's celebration offered free drawings, discounted ticket prices, and limited time t-shirts. Operations facilitator Larry Liebel says this event has been a great way to give back to the community.
Kickapoo Valley Acoustic Music Association facilitates Larry Fest. It is a nonprofit organization. We give to libraries, we give to schools, we give to emergency services in Vernon County, and we give back to the community.
Tonight's celebration took place at Leo and Leona's Tavern, a longtime supporter of Larry Fest. For more information about the festival, visit news8000.com. Well, it's not easy being green. News 8 Now's Anna Fisher is here in studio to tell us how La Crosse's St. Patrick's Day Parade helped people get in the mood for the upcoming holiday. Good evening, Anna.
Good evening, Dua. With better weather than expected, La Crosse's 15th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade brought a lot of joy to the community this afternoon. Starting on State Street and traveling up Main, over 20 different floats paraded their way through the downtown area. The Shamrock Club of Greater La Crosse's Irishman and Irish Rose say they're excited for all the upcoming St. Patrick's Day events.
Whether you do them at your office or at work or at school or whatever, we're starting today with a parade, and then next week on St. Patrick's Day, we actually tour a bunch of schools and some of the senior centers and do a little music and dance and et cetera for them.
The Irishman and Irish Rose are titles given to 2 members of the Shamrock Club who go above and beyond with volunteering and club participation. Community members were also welcome to participate in a social after the parade, which took place at the Freight House restaurant downtown. And that sounds like a lot of fun.
Thanks, Anna. Well, most of the U.S. will lose an hour of sleep over the weekend, sleep that might be needed as they were partying. And we're going to spring forward to begin daylight savings time on Sunday. That means it will stay dark later in the morning for the next several months. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommends getting at least 7 hours of sleep per night before and after the time change. To prepare for the change, people should start going to bed 15 to 20 minutes earlier. The Senate passed the Sunshine Protection Act last year, which would implement permanent daylight savings time in the U.S. Now, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine opposes the bill and is urging Congress to support permanent standard time. Well, coming up on News 8 Now, how the air you breathe can affect your heart health. But first, what the FDA is doing to detect and treat cancer earlier. That's up next. Stay with us.
For a state-of-the-art after-sales experience for your Audi, other high-end and European vehicles, there's one place to go: Maury's Audi in Onalaska. Highly trained Audi-specific technicians will take care of your vehicle while you wait in an exclusive cafe and lounge. Schedule today.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
When your vehicle needs service, go to Maury's VW in Onalaska. Competitive rates and highly trained automotive technicians will have your Volkswagen or other domestic vehicles back on the road. While you wait, feel the friendly, upbeat, and engaging energy flow of our service lounge. Schedule today.
Air pollution could be a danger to your heart health, and new mammogram requirements from the FDA. Michael George has some of the day's top health stories.
The FDA is updating its mammogram standards to help better prevent, detect, and treat cancer. Under the new rules, providers will be required to notify women if they have dense breast tissue. About half of all women over the age of 40 have dense breasts, which can make it harder to detect breast cancer. New research shows the Omicron variant of the coronavirus is much less likely to lead to long COVID than the strain that circulated at the beginning of the pandemic. A Swiss study found that healthcare workers infected with the original strain were up to 67% more likely to experience long COVID than those who had never been infected. But there was no similar increase for healthcare workers infected with Omicron. And there's new evidence that the air you breathe can affect your heart health. Researchers tracked hospital admissions for cardiovascular disease in 70 Chinese cities and found higher admission rates in places with elevated ozone levels. They're concerned air pollution from climate change could make the problem worse. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Well, coming up on News 8, Oscars prep is underway.
And I'm First Warn meteorologist Eric Sibley. We are tracking snow here, as you can see on the radar behind me. Stay tuned. We'll have that full weather forecast coming up after the break, and we'll time it out on Sky Tracker as well as show you some of those snowfall totals that we'll be looking at in the future. We'll be right back.
Ashley's Orange event is happening for 3 days only, March 10th through the 12th. Get 60 months, no interest, no minimum, and no down payment. Each day, the first 25 people in the store receive $100 Ashley cash, plus giveaways throughout the day. Only at Ashley.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. And current Chevy owners get $2,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Pilgrims in Arcadia is looking to add maintenance technicians and want you to apply. We offer you on-site training in our new state-of-the-art training center, flexibility with 4 different shifts, competitive pay, career advancement, and a hefty benefits program. Here's what our employees have to say.
I would encourage anybody looking for a job in maintenance to come to Pilgrims because we give them the opportunity to train and advance their careers through our program.
If you are looking for a good, stable, reliable job, Pilgrims is the place to work.
Apply in person at our recruiting office, Main Street, Arcadia.
Ashley's biggest mattress event of the year, happening now through March 12th. For 3 days only, shop the Orange event for Ashley Sleep Doorbusters. Your choice of comfort. Queens at $399.99. Kings at $499.99. Plus 60 months, no interest. Only at Ashley.
20th Annual Early Bird Home Show. Lowest prices of the year on 2023 projects. Only at the Board Store Home Improvements. 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Get started today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Preparations are underway for the 95th Academy Awards. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the lead nominee this year and expected to go home with some big awards. The Oscars will be held tomorrow at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. On Friday, workers were putting the finishing touches. What used to be the red carpet will be champagne, and this is the first time since 1961 it won't be red. It will also be covered in partly to protect the stars and cameras from any changes in the weather. The Oscars will be broadcast live on ABC starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Jimmy Kimmel hosting for the 3rd time. And we're taking a quick little break.
Oh, that was totally my fault. I forgot I was supposed to be over there. My bad, not really used to doing the weekend shows. We'll blame you, Do. It's all your fault. No, I'm just kidding. I should have known where I was supposed to be. Yeah, I know. It's all good, though. Hey, welcome back. And I do want to go ahead and show you the time lapse because it was a pretty cloudy day to start. And then, if you remember, we did have some snow showers move through around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then after that, we got a break in the snow. Cloudy skies, and then, hey, here comes another round of snow that moved in around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Really, ever since then, the snow has not stopped. It has kept going on for much of the Coulee region, and here's what it looks like right now in La Crosse. It's still snowing with temperatures at 32 degrees, visibility at around 2 miles. Our Mississippi River stage is at 5.35 feet, and that is dropping. Meanwhile, to the north in Osseo at I-94 at US 10, it's 30 degrees and still very snowy here, so be careful if you have travel plans here on the roadways. A feel-like temperature of 27. The visibility also low, more importantly, at around 2 miles. Meanwhile, here in Eau Claire, we're looking at 30 degrees with some snow there on the road there, as you can see, and it's still snowing as a matter of fact. Visibility is actually a little bit worse at around 1 mile, so again, be careful out there. We are looking at some lower visibilities as that snow continues to move in from the west. And the heavier snow really is focused along our central zones right now. Vernon County into Monroe, Jackson County, as well as portions of Trempealeau, and especially La Crosse County dealing with that moderate to heavy snowfall rate right now. And if we widen out the view, you can see that strong low pressure system positioned to our west is responsible for producing the snowy weather here just downstream of the system. And this system is going to continue to move east and still give us some more snow here to work with as we head into tonight as well, with temperatures at around 28 degrees. Rather seasonable for this time of year too. South-southeast winds at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. So for tomorrow, 34 degrees will be our afternoon high. A couple of morning snow showers are possible, but overall much colder temperatures are to be expected. West-southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So let's time this out a little bit more on Sky Tracker, and you can see that snow will continue, especially overnight tonight. Now by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, still very snowy here across much of the area, especially the further east that you are. By 8 o'clock, still dealing with some scattered snow showers as that system continues to affect us. By around 11 o'clock and lunchtime, still looking at lots of widespread snow across the area. And really the same could be said, especially north here around 2 o'clock in the day. And then by 6 p.m., notice the counterclockwise flow here with the snow showers as that low pressure system continues to march in our direction. Still giving us some snow to work with here as we head into tomorrow and then tomorrow night into early Monday morning. Still looking at some snow showers that continue to move through. Now by 4 a.m. Monday, a couple leftover lingering snow showers will be positioned mainly to the south before everything clears out by 7 o'clock on Monday morning, and then we're just left over with mainly cloudy skies. Heading into Monday afternoon, all that snow is pretty much gone, maybe a couple of flurries, but overall we can call it mainly cloudy to start the new work week. This will continue into Monday night as well, with temperatures in the teens and 20s. So far we picked up anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow here today. I do expect another additional 2 to 4 inches of snow, with locally higher totals also possible in some of those heavier bands that could develop. Here's a check on the 8-day forecast, and we got cloudy skies here as we head into early next week with another chance of precipitation Thursday and Friday. Rain and snow here looks like late next week.
All right. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, a big day for basketball. Sports is next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or specialty care, Mayo Clinic Health System offers the best options for care where and when you and your family needs it.
At Gillespie & Associates, we're invested in this community because it's our community, and it's our mission to help you plan your financial future so you can retire with more confidence. To see if you're on track to your financial goals, call Gillespie & Associates today.
Team,
you earned this moment.
this was not our finest moment. Now let's go to McDonald's.
There's a deal for every celebration at McDonald's. Enjoy 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for just $6.
Hey, think fast. You gotta think fast during tournament time at Osseo Automotive, because the great deals won't be on the court for long.
We have over 100 new Fords in stock. Broncos, F-150s, Super Duties, Escapes, Explorers, and more. Stretching from Osseo to Fountain City. 0% financing, huge discounts, and a great inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet in Osseo, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford.
Every piece of land has a story written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Upshaws, who DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Talk to the John Deere experts at Tractor Central to find out which equipment is just right for your property. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Migraine hits hard, so you hit back with Ubrelvy. You put it all on the line. One dose of Ubrelvy quickly stops migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
This is our community. And while the present moment may feel unpredictable, we are here to help you stay focused on the future. So stay safe, stay strong, and stay confident with Gillespie and Associates.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, it's Championship Saturday up in Green Bay for the girls' state tournament, and we had 2 teams looking to bring home a golden ball. Our own Rob Schiff was there, and he has the coverage.
The best of the best in Wisconsin high school hoops are now on the biggest stage of their high school career. It's Championship Saturday here at the Resch Center in Green Bay, and 2 of our area teams have a chance to be called state champs. For the Blair Taylor girls basketball team, a 28-1 record up to this point has the Wildcats just 1 win away from their first ever state title. Let's get it on. Division 5 state final game. Wildcats looking to bring a gold ball back to Blair Taylor. Head coach Jesse Lean's crew taking on McDonald Central. Max up big in the first half, but here come the Wildcats. Kirsten Kinchy knocks down back-to-back threes. Blair Taylor down just 4 at the break. And the Wildcats still clawing back in the second half. Abby Thompson from inside the arc, count it. BT ties it at 27. Max answer though, they go on a 6-0 run, capped off by this 3 from Marley Hughes. It's 33-27 McDonald. Other end, Thompson doing everything she could to will her Wildcats back in it. There's 3 more of her 15 on the day, but McDonald Central pulls away. Off the steal, it's Isabel Hartman taking it all the way for the bucket and the foul. Wildcats fall short in the championship game 61-46 as the Max captured the Division 5 state title.
You know, to get back to within 4 there at halftime after they were down pretty big, and shows a lot of character. And, you know, I can't speak enough about the players that we have and how proud I am of them.
To Division 4 we go. Aquinas looking for its first state title since 2019. Blue Golds in the state championship game taking on Laconia. Good start for Aquinas. Macy Donarski, strong drive, pretty finish off the window. Blue Golds up 5 early. Spartans answer in a big way. Reese Keel red hot from downtown. Laconia scores 13 unanswered. It's 15-7 Spartans. Blue Golds down 9 now, but still battling back. Donarski finding the freshman Sammy Davis for 2 of her 12 points. Aquinas within 7. Then later in the half, Blue Golds trying to stay in the fight. Shea Barr knocks down the 3. She had 9 points in this one, but Aquinas trails by 10 at the break. Second half now, Blue Golds hanging tough. Autumn Paseo gets one to go from long range. It's a 5-point game, but the Spartans staying in control. Molly Dool knocks down the triple, and the Blue Golds' quest for a gold ball falls 1 win short as Aquinas falls in the championship game 64-51.
Whether they had us figured out or we just didn't have our best stuff. I mean, they reversed the ball way too easy, and we just we didn't defend it well enough. So that's a big part of it. So that's painful to lose this one. But again, Laconia earned that win, and they're the state champs.
Not the ending they were hoping for, but still phenomenal seasons for both Blair Taylor and Aquinas as the Wildcats and Blue Golds head home with the silver ball. That's going to do it from Green Bay. Kay, let's go back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Rob. A great season from both those teams, as you said. Now, switching gears to the boys' side, we've got a ton of great area teams in action. Today, they were fighting for a chance at making it to state. For Central and West Salem, they're looking for redemption after falling short in the state finals last year, and they both came ready to play today. We start in Marshfield for the Division II sectional final. La Crosse Central taking on New London. First half action, and it was New London jumping out in front. Brett Krause lining up the corner 3, knocks it down. This game would start 7-0, but Central would heat up. Nick Williams from beyond the arc. That's cash. Riverhawks right back in it. And then check out the defense from Bennett Freed. 1 block here, and then gets another block. I don't have an official count, but he had at least 7 blocks on the night. And then on the other end, after the block, it's Williams. He's going to drive through the contact and a great finish here, but Central would go into half down 3. And then Coach Fergutt must have cooked up a nice game plan during the break because Central came out on fire. Williams pull-up jumper, that's off, but Henry Meyer right there for the putback. And then again, a corner 3, this one just a bit off, but this time Nick Williams is there for the putback. Central was dominating the glass in the second half, and Central feeling it now. Meyer for 3, that's money. He'd have 20 points, and then just minutes later, it's Williams for 3. That one's good. Williams would have 18, and for the 6th time in 8 years, Central is going back to Madison.
It's about those kids and just the toughness that they have. You know, they believe in what we do and how we do it. You know, they believe in doing things the right way. And
this year's team, like, we're really all about perseverance, I would say, and it's really helped us in this playoffs.
Coach Fergutt, truly a legendary coach, always has his team ready. Central will start their state run on Friday afternoon. All right, and then in Osseo Fairchild, West Salem fans are pumped up as the Panthers are 1 game away from returning to state, and they can get there with a win over Osceola. All right, 6 minutes into the game, West Salem starting a bit slow, but here's Joe Sullivan in the corner, knocking down the 3, only the Panthers' 2nd bucket. They trail by 1. Late first half, Chieftains keeping the pressure on from the wing. Ethan Hall's good for 3, Osceola up 2. Closing minutes of the half, Kyle Haley hits a big 3 here. Panthers with some momentum as they go into the locker room up 2. Second half now, and the Panthers find their form. Carson Kepnick good for 3. Panthers up 6. And then West Salem showing why they're ranked number 1. Tamarian Henderson knocks the ball loose. Peter Lotto scoops it up, and he's going to throw it down. The 2-hand jam. Panthers fans are loving it. More Panthers from right in front of the bench. It's Brett McConkey. That's good for 3 to put the Panthers up by 19. And pack your bags, West Salem. You're going back to Madison as they win it 68-46. So 2 divisions down. We've got 2 state qualifiers coming up. We'll go to Division 4 as the Luther Knights were over in Baraboo. Stay with us. More sports after the break.
You have a day before you. Make it the best it can be with Holiday Inn Express and Suites. How about breakfast to start your day? Coffee, milk, juice, hot food, cold food, brain food. Because you need it for that important meeting in our meeting space. And let's not forget about the afternoon workout to help you keep up with your goals. But your day can't be all work and no play, so you have set aside time for your family in the water.
Come make it a day at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Onalaska La Crosse.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors in La Crosse.
During Ram Truck Month, you'll get $9,000 off MSRP with discounts and rebates on a 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 or 1.9% financing for 72 months. The Bighorn makes easy work of your towing, hauling, and performance needs. Stop by today because this offer ends March 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present Our Community Cares.
The La Crosse Symphony Orchestra presents Romeo and Juliet and Rising Stars March 18th at the Viterbo Fine Arts Center. Enjoy the Rising Stars as they compete for the top prize, followed by the interlude from Frederick Delius, Romeo and Juliet. The Family Fun Expo is back, Sunday, March 19th at the Omni Center. This year's circus theme and entertainment are sure to delight everyone who attends.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer. Death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
All right, welcome back. We're going to go to Division 4. The Luther Knights have been one of the best Division 4 teams all season long. A high-scoring offense that could do some damage in Madison, but first the Knights have to make it there. Sectional final in Baraboo, taking on Belleville. Pick this one up in the first half. Luther's Isaiah Schwitzenberg kicks it out to Gabe Huelskamp for 3. Knights with the 6-point lead. Belleville goes on a run. Caden Desmet finds Jack Erickson for the 3-pointer. The Wildcats down just 1. And then Erickson, he's going to drive to the hole, gets fouled. Belleville with a 4-point lead, but the Knights respond with a run of their own. Sinclair Bias with the triple. Luther back on top by 2, and then it's Logan Barr working the post here, and then he's going to put it in. They go into halftime with an 8-point lead. And in the second half, they open it up. Schwitzenberg's no-look pass to Barr for 3. Knights up 17. They go on to win big, 88-73. And the Knights are going to state.
They can shoot well, they can drive well. It's just they're a great team, but I think we knew we had to play better, and we did it. It's an amazing feeling. You know, we've been working all year for this moment, and then finally just accomplishing it. But we're not done yet. We still got a long ways to go.
I'm not sure exactly who the Knights will face just yet, but they're set to play Thursday evening. What a season it's been for Luther. Also in Division 4, we had Whitehall taking on Cameron up in Neilsville. It was the Comets getting off to the fast start. Zori Parker knocking down the jumper. Cameron off to a 7-0 run, but the Norsemen would battle back. Devin McCune working the screen, puts up the 3. That's nothing but net. Whitehall right back in it. Second half, and Whitehall would start to take control. Luke Beagley's shot is off, but check out Colton Pank right there on cleanup duty. Whitehall goes up 7. Now later, McCune finds open Braden Lazowski, corner 3, that's cash. Norseman up 13. The Comets would bring it back, but McCune says Whitehall ain't going anywhere. Turnaround jumper is good, and Whitehall hangs on for a 66-62 win. They'll be going to the state tournament for the first time since 1986.
It feels everything I dreamed of. Going to Madison, going on the big stage. I've wanted to do it my whole life, and now we finally get to do it.
Our Photog said the Whitehall community showed up in big numbers. Now they'll be able to do the same at state at the Kohl Center. Unfortunately, with so many of our teams playing, we weren't able to make it to all of the games, but in the Wisconsin Dells, Royal advances with a big win over Wazeeka Steuben. The Panthers are going to the state tournament for just the second time in school history and first since 2010. And we had a couple of sectional semifinal games in Minnesota. Spring Grove keeping their dominant season going with a win over Hayfield. They'll move on to the sectional final. Caledonia falls to PEM as the Warrior season comes to an end, and Winona winning over Austin 61-58. Well, in case you lost track, that's 5 of our area teams making the trip to Madison next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
It's Home Furniture's preferred customer event. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices on all your favorite brands in bedroom, dining room, living room, and more. With 6-year special financing and free shipping. The preferred customer event only at Home Furniture.
A new day has dawned on the all-new Maury's, Audi, and Volkswagen of La Crosse. Feel the luxury of Maury's Audi as soon as you enter the new state-of-the-art Audi dealership. Audi technology and style incorporated into Maury's La Crosse Audi sales and service. Maury's Volkswagen La Crosse features an upbeat, high-tech atmosphere. Having service done, enjoy our relaxing lounge as you wait. Come experience excellence at the new and improved Volkswagen of La Crosse. New building, new location, same friendly staff. Maury's Audi and Volkswagen of La Crosse.
One day, I will rock that swimsuit.
Your one day is closer than you think. From fresh meals to one-on-one coaching, Jenny Craig is Weight Loss Made Simple.
Your one day starts today.
What does it cost to buy off a judge? For extremist Dan Kelly, he's for sale for $20,000. In 2020, Kelly conveniently changed his mind about whether to judge the Tim Zignego case. Kelly had recused himself. Then he pocketed $20,000 in contributions from Zignego and his family, and Kelly unrecused himself so he could judge the case. Justice shouldn't be for sale. Dan Kelly is too corrupt, too extreme.
Introducing Astapro Allergy, steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. Now with Astapro Fast Allergy Relief, you can Astapro and go.
Jolivet Family Farms features one of the area's largest selections of frozen seafood, including lobster tail, shrimp, scallops, North Atlantic cod loins, calamari, clams, clam strips, crawfish tails, salmon, catfish nuggets, alligator, frog legs, and seafood medley. Pick up some appetizers, French fries, onion rings, cheese curds, mac and cheese bites, and sweet potato fries. Jolivet's also has fresh produce and a homemade bakery with bread, cookies, bars, pies. Don't forget the beer or wine. All at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 10% off Area Rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns with Area Rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. Hurry, 10% off Area Rugs ends Thursday at Homeworld Rugs.
Hey.
Good.